Mr. Justin Trudeau has ordered the Canadian military to track and trace so-called conspiracy theorists who disapprove of his WF-inspired agenda as the global elite's war against dissenters goes into overdrive. According to Canadian sources, military personnel and police officers are going door to door in select provinces, performing so-called wellness checks on behalf of the Trudeau regime. However, in reality, these wellness checks are nothing more than the Trudeau regime's latest ruse to punish those who oppose the globalist agenda and exclude them from society. Trudeau has already exposed his authoritarian nature, issuing gun confiscation orders, freezing protesters' bank accounts, and issuing threats about crushing the Freedom Convoy with tanks. But if you think the panicked Trudeau government let the authoritarian WF agenda influence government policy, you haven't seen anything yet. Before we dive in, subscribe to the People's Voice Rumble channel if you haven't already. Join the People's Voice Locals community to join our community of truth seekers and support the channel. And check out the brand new free speech forum on community.thepeoplesvoice.tv. Like a hammy drama teacher, over-enthusiastically throwing himself into a school production role, WF Young Global Leader Justin Trudeau has embraced Klaus Schwab's dystopian agenda more fully than any other world leader. Schwab declared war on so-called conspiracy theorists during the so-called COVID pandemic, and Justin Trudeau was quick to follow suit, clumsily railing against critical thinkers in Canadian society who could see through his lies. According to Trudeau, conspiracy theorists are to blame for all the ills of modern society, including the fact that nobody trusts the mainstream media anymore.
There is out there a deliberate undermining of mainstream media. There are the conspiracy theorists, there are the social media drivers who are trying to do everything they can to keep people in their little filter bubbles, to prevent people from actually agreeing on a common set of facts, the way, the CBC and CTV, when they were our only sources of news, used to and global used to project across the country at least a common understanding of things.
The Trudeau regime has now introduced an Orwellian law called the Online Harms Bill C-63, which will give police the power to retroactively search the internet for hate speech violations and arrest offenders, even if the alleged offence occurred before the law existed. The real shocker in this bill is the alarming retroactive aspect. Essentially, under this law, whatever you've said in the past can now be weaponized against you by today's extreme woke standards.
Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the whole elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I'm Brother Tazabah of the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. What you see right there, right? That's what Esau's doing on the left hand is written in the scriptures, right? Which is supposed to be a sign for you to know. Yeah, you know what? We got to start there. We got to start there. It's supposed to be a sign for you to know, like, yo, this is the time. It says, 2 Ezra 9:1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest began to visit the world, will begin to visit the world which he made. There shall be seen, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things for the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? You're supposed to look at what's happening on earth. These earthquakes, these tornadoes, floods everywhere. You just have the aurora lights that was visible to majority of the U.S. states. Right? These are signs in the heavens. All these things are supposed to let you know, oh man, the Lord's about to do something. He's about to come again. Now, verse 5, it says, For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and the end is manifest, even so also of the highest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And this is an effect and sign of the end. Right? Esau making these policies like this to go forth. That's something to let you know something, man. Yeah, this is Daniel 8:24 says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. Right? Because this devil's been set up. Right? Romans 13:1, it says, let every soul be subject to the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So Esau, right, that power that he has, it's not his own power. He's being mighty, but not through his own strength. The Lord is with him for this. Right? The Lord is with him for this. It says, back in Daniel 8:24, it says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and holy people. Right? And that's what he's going to do. He's setting up the practice, setting up the policies in order to destroy the Israelites. Because he's not thinking about the normal mainstream so-called conspiracists. He's thinking about the Israelites. Because all these conspiracies, theories, and all this truth or doctrine was in the world, but it didn't matter until the Bible got brought out. It actually really pinpointed this devil. It says, and through his policy, he shall also cause craft to prosper in his hand. And this is what it is, policy. A retroactive law. A retroactive law. So anytime if you said something, it puts you on their radar whether or not they want to put you down or not. This, hey, ain't that wicked? You don't beat a man for not knowing something? That's crazy. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He also shall stand up against the prince of princes, but shall be broken without hand, because Yahweh Shai is going to stand up. Yahweh Shai is going to send Michael, that great angel, to stand for the defense of his people, the elect of the Israelites. Nobody else. If you're not an Israelite, you're through. Right? It doesn't matter what you look like, but if your fathers do not go back to Israel, you're through. And if you're not of the elect that repented, you're through. Right? But you're seeing policies and all this because he's getting ready to speak as that dragon. Let's get that. Get in over with her. It's Revelation 13 and 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, right? And those two horns actually represent the two-party government system. You got the, like in the Roman Empire, you have the plebeians and the patricians. And this revised Roman Empire, this rebirth of that Roman Empire, there's a reason why there's such a thing called the Treaty of Rome, because that whole Roman way came back into power. You have the deadly wound that was healed. Right? Rome for a time went down, and look, we came right back to those same customs, architecture, law system, all those things. So these two horns these two horns like a lamb is going to the two-party system, because what? They're still part of the same government. It says, and he spake as a dragon. Right? He spake as a dragon. And when you go into that word dragon, It goes back to the word dracon, which is where you get the word draconian. And it says a dragon, a great serpent, name for Satan. And you jump down to the Strong's, it says probably from the alternate form of Dracomaya, Dracomai, to look, a fabulous kind of serpent. Paraphrase. Nah, where's it at? Where's it at? Did they take out that definition? Give me 1 second. All right, we'll just go to the etymology for this, man. Because that dracon actually goes back to the name draconian. Right? Draco. The ancient Greeks statesman, in reference to laws rigorous, extremely severe, or harsh, right? Draco is a Latinized form of the Greek dracon, what we were reading, name of the archon of Athens, who laid down a code of law for Athens at 621 BCE that mandated death as a punishment for minor crimes. His name seems to mean literally sharp-sighted. And that's what this, look, what he was talking about in that video, he's talking about minor crimes. You can just have a thought and make a video. Cause no damage, cause no real harm. You just cause people to look at you funny, to look at this devil's system in a way that it's not supposed to be trust, because it's not. And what do they want to do? They sending people out to people's houses, getting ready to lock them up. Well, that's in the scriptures. And the fact that they're going to retroact those things, well, Yahweh Shai warned us of these things. Yeah, John 15 and 20, it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, right? If they have persecuted me, they also will persecute, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours. I want to look at that word keep there, actually. Let's see what that say. Where we at? 15 and 20. See what it says for kept. To intend to be careful, take care of, guard, keep one state in which he is, observe, to reserve, to undergo something. Let's see, kept, also keep. Yeah, it's the same one. All right, and let's see what it says here in the Strongs. Escaping from. Oh, let's read this Strong's, man. It says to guard from loss or injury properly by keeping the eye upon, and thus differing from G5 442, which is properly to prevent escaping, and from G2892, which implies a fortress or full military lines of patriations, a par apparatus, Salakia. Damn, I was fucking up. That's what's going on with me. Right? And they're gonna keep it to prevent us from escaping. They got all our words. They got all these videos. These are epistles we put up. So just as they try to persecute us for this message, the Lord's gonna sit here and throw fire upon these devils' heads for doing so. But this is what's written in the scriptures, man. This is what's written in the scriptures, man. They're gonna keep our sayings, and the persecution is coming. Right? Well, what did the Lord say? Blessed are you when men shall speak all manner of evil, for so did of you, for so did they the prophets. Right? Yeah, we're being brought into the time where this devil's gonna roll. He's doing all this BS on the back end. That's fine. But the Lord had a plan for us on the other side. And this is nothing more than a right? Like, you know what? There's a scripture that better says what I'm about to say. Right? This is Second Ezra is all right, here it is. Second Ezra 7 and 14. It says, I started 13. It says, for the entrances of the elder word were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those things that are laid up for them. Right? We got to enter in these straight straight and vain things. It's a difficult time. So we can go ahead and get to the wide. Get to the blessings. This is nothing more than another stepping stone, man. All right? We all gonna be whatever the Lord want us to be. Now it's time for us to willingly walk into that path, just like Yahushua said, just like Yahushua did. The Lord will we be strong enough for it, man. Lord will I be good enough for it, man. Shalom.